Hey there, my name's James Nielsen Watt, and in this video, I'm going to run you through the 3 steps that you need to be able to bring any practice's revenue up to $15,000 a month. Now, if you stick around, the 3 steps I'm going to show you will literally change the game in your practice, quite simply because I've already done it and I've already taught over 250 other practices how to do it as well. Now, the very first thing you need to understand about growing a healthcare practice is it comes down to ultimately 3 things, and these aren't actually the 3 steps. I'm still going to share those in a minute. The 3 things are number of clients through the door, number of transactions per client, and amount of revenue per transaction. And this is the classic 3 things that matter in any business. But why this is particularly pertinent in a healthcare business is because most of us focus on just getting clients. But if you're not converting them into being a long-term client, then you're leaving money on the table and you have a revolving door practice. People come in and then they leave. And so guess what? You need more new clients. So the very first thing that you need to get a practice to 15K a month is quite simply a system or machine that allows you to consistently and predictably generate new clients so that you don't have to worry about new clients anymore and you can put all of your focus into actually serving those clients. Because step 1, get more clients. Now, all of us know we need more clients, but most of us don't really have the skills or systems or processes to actually do that. And so we're stuck relying on referrals and JV partnerships and doing workshops and standing in front of farmers markets trying to get people. And so you need to focus on how you can get a client getting machine. Now, the second part to that is getting clients to start properly, which means that we actually generate revenue from them, and then retaining them. Because again, if you're not retaining your clients, eventually they're leaving. And especially if they're leaving before they're supposed to, firstly, you're not going to get them results. So they're not going to be happy and they're going to tell people that you're not very good. Plus, on the flip side, even if they don't tell people that you're not good, you're not going to get the positive reviews that you need to build your social authority in your community and have more people find you and want to stick around. It becomes a snowball. The better able you are to get clients, the better able you are to convert them so they start, the better able you are to retain them and have compliance. The more follow through, the better the results. The better the results, the more they tell people, the more testimonials and case studies you can develop and use, and the more people will then stick around more and more and more and more. So the second part to this and the second step to taking your practice to 15K a month is you need to have a system that leads people to start with you properly. Not just come in and say, oh, my neck's sore, can you crack it or put a needle in it or rub it or give me some exercises, but to actually get them to start in a program of care with you. Too many of us focus on being very transactional, and when you're transactional, you become commoditized. It's far too easy to undercut you, to offer more stuff, be more fancy, or be more convenient. So the second thing that you need is a premium program. A premium program is your own little signature system, your own method for producing results that feels unique, that you can sell in a way that makes sense to your ideal client. Now, for those of you who don't like the idea of selling, I need you to understand that everything that you do is selling. Trying to convince your wife to let you go out with your friends is selling. Getting your kid to brush their teeth is selling. Getting a client to take their medication is selling. You can, as they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, and that is very real, and we all know that in healthcare. Somebody who's dying won't even necessarily follow instructions so that we can just stop them from dying. So how do we help a client where the pain is not massive for them and they can't really perceive pleasure in the future from solving that problem? We have to show them. And the best way to show them is to have a premium program that allows you to position yourself as the expert and also position the fact that you can not only solve the immediate pain that they have, but all of the other pain that's associated with it they haven't yet realized in the past, present, and future. And you're able to lift their perceptions and their visions of what's possible. By doing that, you're giving them a positive future to go towards. How many of us are motivated by pain, but continue to take action because of pleasure, right? Why do you go to your job or work in your practice or see your clients to make money? You do that because you've got kids to feed and rent to pay and you want to live a good life. That's the pain that gets you going, but what keeps you going is the impact that you're having with your clients. Now, this is kind of a meta answer because, of course, if you have a better practice that's more successful, helping more people, you have more positive feedback from that and you do more of it, which is why I'm wanting you to be successful. But in terms of dealing with a client in front of you, if you're not able to show them that and they can't realize the potential, then it's very hard to get them to follow through. So the analogy that I heard from, I think it was Tony Robbins, he said, with a donkey to get it to move, you use a stick. To keep it moving, you use a carrot. And you have to balance the carrot and the stick, because eventually the donkey doesn't want to go after the carrot anymore because there's discomfort in pursuing the carrot. But if that discomfort outweighs the discomfort of the stick behind it, and lack of stick in most of our cases, the donkey just stops, because the carrot's nice, but it's uncomfortable going after the carrot. And that's most of us. Where a premium program comes in is it allows you to create this balance of stick and carrot for the client, so that you can actually help them to take the actions that would benefit them long term, and that that's what they want. They're just not doing it inherently themselves. In my practice, we work with chronic pain clients. They've been suffering for a long time. They've done a lot of the things that are ineffective at getting them results. That's why they have problems in the first place. But underlying all of that is their inability to commit to any one process and follow it through to get an outcome is categorically mostly the reason why they don't have good results. It's not just bad advice. It's usually just not taking enough action. The number of people I talk to have said, "Oh, you've had pain for 10 years." And I said, "What have you done about it?" And they said, "Oh, not much. I went to the doctor." And it's crazy, because you think there's a whole lot of stick there. But the reason that they're not taking further action is because they don't understand what's possible on the other side. They don't realize, A, how much it's affecting them, and B, how much better their life would be. And with a premium program, it allows you to present that to them in a very concise manner that shows them the mechanism by which you're going to get them results. The benefit of that is you're now not transactional, which means you can't be undercut. People can't be more convenient or do more stuff or charge less than you, because you have a unique proposition for a unique client. You're saying to them, "I know exactly what's going on with you. I know what we need to do about it, and I know what you want to achieve, and I know how to get you there." That allows you to charge a premium. It allows you to get commitment, and it means it's easier to convert clients, because instead of just saying, "Yeah, work with me for a few weeks, I don't know how long, and therefore I don't know how much it's going to cost overall, and let's hope we get some results," which is realistically what most of us are doing, you're able to say, "I anticipate these results. It's going to take this long, and this is going to be the cost," because we all know deep down how effective our stuff is and how is it going to work and what results we expect we can get, but we haven't packaged it in such a way. So your conversion goes up, your client retention goes up, because people are actually complying with recommendations, which means you have a greater lifetime value per customer, per client, and so you have more predictable revenue. See, the thing in any business is you have to have cash flow to allow you to purchase things that help the business grow. If you don't have any cash flow, you can't pay rent. No rent means you don't have a space to do your treatments in, which means no client gets helped. So yes, we have to focus on the heart side of things and caring for people and having empathy. But on the flip side, we also have to focus on the business things, which is the numbers. And if the numbers don't make sense, then we can't help anybody, and then they continue to suffer. So it's my view that we have to get our business right to allow us to help our clients get right, for lack of a better term. So the first thing is you've got to have a client getting machine. Second thing is you have to have a premium program. That's going to allow you to have that conversion, that retention, and if that machine's there, you're filling that premium program with clients. The third thing you need is to be able to systemize your business and delegate all of the tasks that you don't want to do or you're least efficient at, or delegate the things that even though you're good at and you're efficient at them, you probably shouldn't be doing them, so that you can focus on actually scaling this thing up. Because there are 3 stages in any business. Everything seems to come into 3s. Just go with it. So first thing is cash flow. We have to get cash flow. Premium programs allow you to do that. Client getting machines allow you to do that. The second thing is consistency of cash flow. Not just today I made 10 grand and then tomorrow I'm making nothing. Consistency of cash flow. Cash flow consistency comes from having a premium program. You're able to know that people are going to purchase this higher ticket program and follow through with it. Or at least, like in my case, people pay per session, but they're understanding that there's a process to go through, so they're buying into it. They're not necessarily paying upfront, but they're buying into it, so our retention is higher and our lifetime value is higher. And then your client getting machine also creates that consistency, because now you know predictably and consistently how many clients you're going to be getting from the amount of money that you're spending. The third thing, first being cash flow, second being consistent cash flow, third thing is leverage. Leverage is where instead of doing all of the work yourself and being at the center of it, you have systems, you have processes, you have a team that works efficiently and allows you to have a business that is less dependent on you. Once it's less dependent on you, you're able to do what we call, which is scaling. And scaling is growing in multiples. So instead of growing 10% a month, we're growing 100% a month because we hired 2 new practitioners and duplicated our processes into them, trained them up, and then gave them 50 new clients each. That's what scaling is. And scaling only happens when the preceding 3 steps are in place. So how does this all tie into generating 15 grand a month in your practice? Well, no matter where you're starting, whether you're at 10,000, whether you're at $14,900 a month, or whether you're at 0, ultimately you need to look at those 3 things. First, do I have a client getting machine, something that allows me to consistently and predictably generate new clients? The second thing is, do I have a premium program which allows me to consistently and predictably convert and retain clients at a higher value for the business, ultimately getting those clients better results and generating more revenue, more cash flow, and more consistent cash flow for the business? And then the third thing is, do I have the systems, the procedures, and the team that will allow me to get there? Some practices, for example, a chiropractor, can quite easily get to 15,000 a month by themselves without even having an assistant. Maybe a dentist can do it too. Functional medicine can do it too. Acupuncturists arguably can do it as well. Maybe massage therapy, it'll be a bit more difficult. Maybe you don't want to work 100 hours a week. So then we have to look at how to be a bit more efficient and bring in a few more people. I've taken massage practices from 2,000 a month to 20,000 a month by following this exact same process. I've also taken chiropractic practices from 50,000 a month to 150,000 a month. So in terms of this process, what I want you to think about is, where are you? What's the 1, 2, or all 3 of them that you feel like you're missing or is weaker than it should be, or you would just like to bolster? Once you understand that, I want you to comment below and let me know. My team will reach out to you and point you in the direction of some resources. We have books and free trainings, a Facebook group. We've got resources coming out of our ears to help you grow. But if you're serious about growing, then I want you to actually talk to somebody on our team. They'll be able to go through a process where we can understand exactly what you need specifically and point you in the direction of the actions that you should take to get there. We call it a game plan call. It's a practice growth game plan. And it's literally that. Let's look at your business. Let's look at your practice. Let's figure out what the game plan is to help you reach your goals faster and easier, and even help you go further. Oftentimes we talk to people and they don't realize what's possible because you can only know what you know and see what you can see. And we're on the other side of the fence. We have practices doing insane amounts of revenue, seeing insane amounts of clients. And so we know what's possible. And so we can point you in a game plan direction that will get you further than you thought possible before. So what I want you to do is click the link around this video and book a call with us, a game plan call, and comment and let me know which of those 3 you think you need to work on more or bolster, strengthen, or which is just completely broken and you need some help. And I'll jump in those comments and help you out as well. As always, I want you to check out my podcast. You can visit healthcarebusinesssecrets.com/podcast. I want you to like this video, comment on it, and subscribe as well. And I'll see you in the next one.